about as much chance of being reincarnated as an olive.
Kipper!
Will you apologise for your
Would you
comments?
like a cup of tea?
Yeah, sure.
Go on, have a cup of tea.
Bojo, what are you doing? You cheeky so-and-so. Here are 10 vintage Bojo moments for you to enjoy. There's been a lot. Here are some previews. And we're going to finish with some sweet, well, unseen for me, footage of Bojo playing a football game and tackling a football player and tackling a small Japanese boy. So it's all to play for. Welcome to WatchBojo.com.
I make buses.
Will you apologise for your comments?
Will you have a cup of tea?
Will you apologise for your
Would you
comments?
like a cup of tea?
Yeah, sure.
Go on, have a cup of tea.
Thank you. Do you regret? Do you
Would you
regret?
like a cup of tea?
Do you regret your comments? Do you regret your comments?
Don't go on, have a cup of tea.
Thank you very much.
There you go. There you go.
Do you regret your comments, sir?
I want you to have a cup of tea.
If I have a
You
cup
go
of tea, will you answer my question?
No, I'm here solely on a humanitarian mission because you've been here all day and you've been incredibly patient and I feel very sorry for you because I have nothing to say about this matter except offer you some tea.
Okay.
Okay? Go on.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Go on. This kipper. This kipper, which has been presented to me just now by the editor of a national newspaper, who received it from a kipper smoker in the Isle of Man, who is utterly furious because after decades of sending kippers like this through the post, he has had his costs massively increased by Brussels bureaucrats who have insisted that each kipper must be accompanied by a plastic ice pillow.
It's exclusive footage from inside the Death Star here. And someone's taken the liberty of knocking up this GIF for you, so I'll just pop that in here as well. I don't know the story behind this really. I don't care, and neither should you.
I've got as much chance of being leader as that beagle has of finding Elvis Presley on Mars.
I've about as much chance of being reincarnated as an olive.
So here Bojo's just listing things he sees as more likely than him becoming Prime Minister. Imagine if you did that.
Prime Minister. You could if you wanted to.
Well, I suppose I could. I mean, as you've already pointed out, I could be President of the United States.
Yeah, well, I suppose
You know,
Permission to obfuscate. And I've used all sorts of expressions to describe what is the impossibilia, the adjunita. It is not going to happen. It is more likely that, as I say, I will be reincarnated as an olive or locked in a disused fridge or decapitated by a flying frisbee.
This is an interesting video where Bojo's asked what he does to relax, and I don't think he was anticipating this question, and I think he's making it up as he goes along.
What do you do to switch off?
I like to paint, or I make things. I like to...
What do you make?
I have a thing where I make models of... when I was in mayor of London, we built a beautiful... I make buses.
You make models of buses?
I make models of buses.
So they're going to be in Downing Street?
So what I do... No, what I don't make models of buses, but what I make is... I get old... I don't know, wooden crates.
Yeah.
Right? And then I paint them. And they have two suppose it's a box that's been used to contain two wine bottles, right?
Right.
And it will have a dividing thing.
Yeah.
And I turn it into a bus, and I put passengers. You really want to know this?
You're making buses. You're making cardboard buses. Okay, that's what you do to enjoy yourself.
I paint the passengers enjoying themselves.
Okay, great.
On the wonderful bus.
Let's be honest, we've all had one of those days where we'd rather walk into a fridge than talk to someone.
I'll be with you in a second.
Yeah, I have an earpiece here in my hands, ready to go. Right, he's been taken inside, into the freezer.
He's gone into the fridge.
There's a bunker.
It's
very
very
foster
heroic
reception we've
work,
had so
mate.
far, isn't it?
In fact, he appears in a book I've written, which, quite by an extraordinary coincidence, I have.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, there you go.
He followed you around on the election trail.
That's right. Yeah.
But isn't it because he was writing his book? And his book seems to be about the pointlessness of politicians. So why do you think he chose to follow you around?
Lady Mansfield lay across the bed. The moonlight shimmering across her silken breasts. It's a bit dirty, this, isn't it, Bob?
Can I have a look at it?
Yeah, do.
I can't help noticing that on the cover it seems to say Jottings on the Stump,
Yes.
which is the subtitle, and yet when you turn to the inside it says Jottings from the Stump.
Do you want to know the honest truth?
What's that?
They produced the jacket before I'd written the book. That's it. I must have forgotten what the title was.
I like Boris in these clips because he just seems like someone's teenage nephew who's got stoned before they brought him along to a dinner, and he's just getting teased by all the relatives, but he's too high to know how to cope with it or handle it, you know?
It's something that three of them have that you were once advised to have.
Elocution lessons.
Oh, no, not this.
Oh,
What does
no.
POP stand for?
Oh, no, oh, no.
What are you doing under the table, Boris? You're not going to pop now, are you? Don't wipe your hair, for God's sake. It's like that film, The Trouble with Mary. It'll be like that.
An iconic moment for Britain. It's nice to know that our leader will go to such great lengths to get a couple of flags waving in the wind. I think he did this for some Olympic gold medal or something someone won. That's the degree of my accuracy of knowledge. But you know what? I personally find it hard to trust a Prime Minister whose bollocks I haven't seen skim past my head at eye level and slowly slow down until they just hang there.
It's going well. It's very, very well organised. What they do... Get me a ladder.
Well, actually, that isn't eye level, is it? You'd have to be Stephen Merchant for that to be eye level. Maybe Stephen Merchant's the only guy who trusts him. Sounds about right. Something you probably don't know is Bojo took part in a charity football match one time, a while ago, and went for this mental tackle. I think he might have thought he was playing rugby temporarily. But he totally totaled this guy. They call him the Nutcracker. Cheeky tap on the arse there. But you'll be pleased to know that Bojo did eventually get his chance to play rugby and tackle fools like this with a bunch of Japanese school kids, which is here.
Go! Last attack, last attack.
He done him up a treat. I wish I knew more about politics. I could make some clever satirical comment. If you have one, then post it in the comments. Like, that'll teach you to whatever, I don't know. Something to do with English and Japanese relations. So, yeah.
I get old, I don't know, wooden crates.
Yeah.
Right? And then I paint them. And they have two suppose it's a box that's been used to contain two wine bottles, right?
Right.